Well, good morning. Today you are joining us at beautiful Tintern Road and Jack, being joined by Jacqueline, the owner here. You've got a beautiful store, and now that we're through Christmas, we're through New Year's Eve. Talk to us about some of the fashion trends that we're going to be seeing a lot of this year in 2024.
You know, this is a really exciting time because new things are happening, right?
Yes.
We're kind of gone with the old, into the new and exciting things.
Yeah.
So trends, we're going to see different shapes.
Okay.
Our shape is coming back. So belts, we're seeing peplums, we're seeing jackets sort of nipping in a little bit of sort of a nod to, say, Christian Dior, so 50s couture.
I love that.
For every day. And then we're going into this thing called horseshoe jeans, which is the horseshoe pant, which is a little higher waisted. It's kind of like the 50s and it's ranch style.
Okay.
So you're kind of like this cool girl on a ranch.
Yeah, yeah.
So like a little higher waisted pant, a belt, maybe some pleats, maybe some, unusual kind of 70s
Wider
pockets.
legs.
Wider leg.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah, whether they're cropped or whether they're long, and also having, pockets, so you're doing a little cargo. So it's this kind of a cool girl
I love
look.
a good cargo.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
my favorite. You've got lots of different outfits here. Now, I'm assuming that some of these are displaying the trends that are going to be coming out.
They are. So your metals, mixed metals, bronzy, warm golds are going to be big. Not necessarily glitzy, but shimmer.
Okay.
So that way you can, maximize and wear it with your wide leg jean, right?
I love that.
So that takes it to anywhere.
Yeah, dress it up, dress it down. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then we're going into this jacket that I was explaining earlier. This is kind of that nipped in, a little couture, a little bit of business girl, but also cool girl.
It almost has that 70s vibe to it too with the jean skirt. I like that a lot.
Yep. So maxi skirts are really big. That's another thing. Like the maxi, the midi. I am too.
They're so comfortable.
And they're so flattering.
Yeah,
like
they look good on everybody.
Exactly.
Totally.
So, and belts.
Yep.
Once again, we're starting to see a belt. You don't have to go with a wide belt. You can go with a small belt. You can go whatever belt fits your body type. That's what we're doing, just to kind of give the illusion of waist.
I love this jacket. It's yellow.
Awesome.
It's beautiful.
Well, and that's where the colors are coming in.
It's a good statement piece.
Yeah, so the colors for 2024 are bright, but not neon. They're a little bit of sort of earthy, believe it or not, like earthy pastels. So they're
like
rich.
my jackets.
Yes. Your jacket actually is a prime example of the color palette for the season.
Very
so
on trend.
You've got this little bit of cognac coloring in it. You've got the light blue, you've got the buttery yellow, and the pink and navy and black. So that's sort of encompassing, this is 2024.
Oh, I'm 2024. All right,
Totally are.
Coming up, we are going to be taking a look at the men's section because it's beautiful and we really need to focus on it. I may or may not try on a blazer. So there's lots more coming up on Morning Live. Back here at Tintern Road and Jacqueline has now taken us over towards the men's side of the store, and we're talking about fashion trends getting us into 2024. Again, Jacqueline, I'm seeing a lot of the earth tones, and I love earth tones. Like, it is me in a nutshell. I love it.
It grounds you and it keeps you sort of like everyday, comfortable. Everybody looks good in blue, especially guys. So
it's true.
Blue, mixing your blue with sort of whiskey colors, that's kind of where you're going to see the color trend going with your leathers or your vegan leathers. You're going to have those kind of colors. Runners are still a big thing. There's definitely like Sneaker Nation. You're definitely into the runners for sure. A great zip boot to me is really good.
I love these. This is kind of a newish trend too, the coming out with the zippers.
It's nice. It's ease, right? We want to just kind of slip into things. We don't want to struggle.
You don't want to sit down and have to tie everything up.
Exactly. So once that's done, you zip up and you're good to go.
Yeah.
Bomber jacket is like
their back
jacket. Yes, they are, which is great. Also, it's really good when you've got tall guys or shorter guys. The bomber,
everybody.
exactly. The bomber really kind of is an equalizer.
Ah, that's a great way to describe it.
Now we're still having a little bit of detail,
Having
a little
some
bit
fun.
of fun, but we're going a little bit more subtle on the actual jackets. Lighter colored jackets are great.
This material is like, it's not stiff, it's very soft, it provides a lot of movement.
Yeah, so that's the thing. We're looking for comfort, we're looking for ease, but also still want to look sharp. So, you know, we've got some floral detail, but it's not like giant pattern.
Like, you're wearing that to the office and then you're wearing it out for dinner.
Yeah, you're looking good all the time.
Yeah.
Sneakers or a cool boot.
Yeah, and you could wear either or with both and be totally versatile.
Exactly. Now, really, the Saks underwear encompasses...
They can't be beat. Everybody
they
loves
can't.
them.
It's
They're like
true.
the most popular boys' underwear ever.
And also, that kind of encompasses the colors for the spring,
I love
right?
it.
So that gives you your trend. You don't have to show your trend on the outside.
But you're wearing it.
Oh, you are. You are, absolutely. Purple also. Purple's big for guys right now. Purple's kind of like the new navy.
Really?
Yeah.
Which is the new pink, which is the new black. I get it. Okay.
Yeah, so you're getting the different tones of purple. You can wear like a deep eggplant or a big, deep brownishy purple or mauve.
It's beautiful.
Belts, once again, we're getting our waist back. Belts are looking good. A good quality soft t-shirt. Those are really important things.
Yeah, it's true.
So
And a purse. Don't forget about the purse.
Yeah, you got to have that.
Yeah.
Like, you got to have the body bag, and
cool.
that's going to give you trend. It's going to give you ease. It's going to keep you forward motion, relevant, sharp, handsome.
Amazing. Thanks, Jacqueline. Okay, coming up, we're actually going to leave here and we're going to talk food. We're going to talk catering because, you know, Jacqueline does that too. So much more coming up on Morning Live. Well, we've gone from talking retail trends to now talking food trends. We are at Zooma Caters. We are being joined by Steve, who is married to Jacqueline. You guys have quite the husband and wife team going on.
Almost 40 years.
Incredible. Congratulations.
And we worked together. We worked out all the kinks and we're still...
You're still kicking.
We're still doing it.
Good for you, though. We're in their beautiful, unique dining kitchen and restaurant, which you will see a little bit later on. But first, let's talk about some food trends. What are people really into now that it's 2024?
It's interesting because I think some of it is just culturally shifting, but there's an economic factor too. So I mean, food costs have gone crazy,
skyrocketing,
and so everybody's looking to how they can stretch that dollar and still eat well and eat tasty food.
Yeah.
So we're seeing a lot of things happen in 2024 that are kind of reflecting that. We see in our work that there's more requests for gluten-free, vegetarian, vegan. So we're starting to adapt things like that into our menu and figure out ways to do it that are tasty as well.
Well, you've got quite a few things here to showcase for us. Let's start with this beautiful dish.
Okay, and this is actually something we tried this week for the very first time. It's a vegan frittata.
Did you taste it?
Yes, we did. We didn't want to make it look like we took a sliver out, but we did. And it's remarkably and texturally similar to a typical egg-based frittata, but it's done with tofu.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's part of what's happening in 2024. Plant-based because
huge.
I think there's a health factor.
Yeah.
And then there's also a cost factor, right? So this is done with tofu. There's some almond milk in there. There's a little bit of nutritional yeast.
Wow, so 100% vegan.
And then basically in the food process till you get this, and actually the color, believe it or not, comes from turmeric. So it mimics that egg color.
I'm going to make it look like egg.
There you go. There you go. So
That's
that
awesome.
actually was a nice surprise.
Okay.
And then what we're seeing now is people, there's a bit of an interest in hyper foraging. So what can you find on your property if you've got the opportunity?
It's true. Everybody's really into that.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Restaurants started doing it, 7-8 years ago, and to the point where the more out there guys were, picking weeds between the cracks and sidewalks down in Brooklyn, right? But we're trying to keep it a little more out of the garden. So, we grow a lot of stuff on the property, but stuff that just occurs naturally. Rose hips. So we've got roses that produce rose hips. Some do, some don't. But if you've got them...
I've heard but I haven't heard about like the actual rose hips. I've heard like rose hips oil and like how good it is for your skin. So
full of vitamin C, packed with vitamin C,
amazing.
vitamin K, so great for your skin.
Yeah.
They're at sort of the end of the season, so we made a tea with it this morning.
That's super cool.
But if you get them sort of in the fall when the plants are starting to kind of lose their leaves and go to sleep and they're a little firmer, you can cut them, seed them, and actually make like a pickled jelly out of it.
Wow.
Which is really kind of an interesting thing.
Okay, well, coming up, we are going to be showcasing the restaurant. We've got a soup. We've got lots of other stuff to show you, so don't go anywhere. There's lots more coming up on Morning Live. Now, in the last segment, Stephen and I were talking about trends for 2024 when it comes to food and how people are kind of adjusting to our whole economic world that we're in right now, where the rising food costs, a lot of people are doing their own foraging.
Yep.
Gardening is a big thing. You really take that and put those elements into creating these beautiful dishes. What do we have here?
Okay, so picking up on trends, although we've been using them forever, but mushrooms somehow are having this great renaissance. And so we did a kind of a nice little toast with some cremini mushrooms that we sautéed with just a hint of soy sauce in the when we did the sautéing, and it just brings out a little more strength in the flavor of the mushrooms. That was done on some pan-seared, excuse me, sourdough. And then to top it off, we actually, so this is one of those things we're doing with new flavors. We took egg yolks, cured them overnight in a combination of soy sauce and rice vinegar. And they take on this beautiful jammy texture. They're beautiful.
It's like very like solid looking
Exactly,
yolk.
yeah. And then a little bit of grated cheese on top with, believe it or not, we're still picking pansies out of our flower bed. I mean, it's amazing, right?
Yeah, that's
So
incredible.
that's what's on the plate. Another big trend is going to be soups from a standpoint of cost effectiveness and use of your food in your fridge.
That looks gorgeous.
So we did I was buying butternut squash this year. I'm telling you, they were 20 pounds a piece. They're absolutely gorgeous. So we made a beautiful butternut squash soup, and we gave it a little bit of a twist with Mexican mole sauce on top. So, and it's a great compliment. And then we did some deep fried tortillas, just to give a little bit of crunch factor. And then we poured you some of the rosehip tea as well. So there's a little bit, I don't know if you noticed, there's a touch of heat on the back.
Ooh, there is a touch of heat on there.
So that's been achieved by using gochujang, which is a Korean hot pepper paste, but it's been fermented. So it's got a more of a complex heat flavor to it. Better for your stomach, fermented foods, being important now for gut health, right?
Trendy. It's trendy, yet it's healthy.
Sauerkrauts, lacto-fermented foods, all that stuff is really getting a lot of attention.
But people have been using it for medicinal purposes for hundreds of years, and we're just kind of jumping on the bandwagon right now.
It seems that's how we are as humans, right?
It's true. It's very true. And the rosehip tea, of course, to top it all off. Now, if someone wants to come here and book this exquisite experience for themselves or for a bunch of friends, how do they do that? How do they get in touch with you?
We typically get requests through the website. We're on Instagram and Facebook, so we get a lot of people direct messaging us through our social media.
Okay.
And then we just kind of pick a date on the calendar and
away you go.
And away we go.
That's amazing. Well, thank you so much for having us and showing us your beautiful space.
My pleasure.
It's really lovely to be here. And with that, we're going to put all of the social handles up on our website so people can get a hold of you.
Here we go.
Cheers.
Cheers.